Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. This is e-frag TV. My name is Georgi Georgiev. Moving on with the second match of the day between Italy and Montenegro. The first match of the day, Latvia versus Albania. Latvia managed to prevail and to win both maps, 16-10 and 16-7. But let's try and focus on the second match between Italy and Montenegro. Well, neighbors, divided by sea. Dusan, your thoughts?
Well, both of these nations competed in the last year's qualifier for TWC 2015. Unfortunately, they didn't manage any significant results. So I think Italy had a little bit of a better showing than Montenegro. But looking at the lineups today, I think we'll have a pretty okay-ish match, and both teams with equal firepower. So I think it's gonna be a okay match.
Okay, Switch is crying. Do you need a violin for me to play for you?
Your face is.
No? Oh yeah, my face is always funny. Thank you for that. And Emma, going into the lineup of Italy, let's see who will play for the big boot.
Big boot.
Yeah.
Pizza country.
Pizza country, big boot.
Yeah. Well, for Italy we have Kla, Biohazard, Sapphire, Sparker, and Bardos, if I'm not mistaken. I can't see, but it's okay. So we have only one player from the last year, that's Sparker, and he in that matchup against Italy, he was the one
Against Spain.
What?
Against Spain.
Spain. He was the one top fragging for them, and he had a really good showing there against Spain. As Dusan pointed out, they lost to Spain 2-1, and in a scoreline 13-16 on Inferno, 16-13 1 on Train, and 3-16 on Dust 2. So basically they got stumped on Dust 2. Didn't really work out for them as a decider. Sparker, as I said, a really good player throughout that matchup. And these new 4 players, interestingly enough, they have 5 players. I mean,
Of course.
really. But four of those 5 players.
What?
4 of those 5 players are in different teams. So they have 2 players from the same team, and that's Kla and Bardos from team named TAS, and the 3 others are from different teams. So that's unusual stuff, I would say, because we always see like 3 players from one team, 2 players from another team, or maybe 3 players from one team and players with no team. So all in all, I expect Italy to come up strong here.
Yeah, they will need a lot of communications as they
of course,
teams.
but we'll see what they have in store for us.
Yeah, okay, who's the man to watch here?
As I mentioned, Sparker putting up numbers.
Not Sapphire? Well, I was hoping to say, come on, my blue Sapphire, come on.
You know that there's a Sapphire girl.
No, you didn't catch
There
that?
still is.
No.
Not a fan of Bayaga? No?
No,
Okay.
I didn't say it was Sapphire.
Come
Yes.
on.
Oh
my
God, you're just saying that in English.
Yeah,
So
Sorry.
Sparker, as I said, putting up numbers in the last year qualifier, and now coming here again, I think he can definitely bring some experience with these players, as he was the guy who played last year. And I think if he comes up huge and puts up some numbers, they can definitely win this one.
Okay, getting into the lineup of Montenegro, the Black Mountain. By the way, say hi to Kotor for me. I love to go there. Switch.
Yeah, for Montenegro we'll have some couple of experienced players like Gigi. He played 5 years ago against Italy too. We have Lobanica, Maiden, RT1, and Rade. Oh wait, it's not Rade. It's going to be Barki. Like I said, Gigi and Lobanica are pretty experienced guys. Gigi, like you said, played for Selected back in the 1.6. And for Montenegro in that clan-based match. Arte and the Maiden, the young fellas, I think I got some info that they're the young kids, just hanging out around that internet cafe that they all, I guess, play in. And Barki, he's going to be replacing Rade, who I don't know what happened with.
I know.
RT1
he has a back band in his band.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well.
RT1.
Oh well.
Artemon has a picture from Belgrade, like probably all Montenegros does.
Probably.
Well,
We all
okay.
live here.
Yeah.
Okay.
At one point
well,
or another, yeah.
we're friends, neighbors, so yeah. Who is the player to watch here in the Montenegro lineup?
I'm not sure. Lobanica can go, wild. He's playing in that FPL. I guess him. Although I'm not sure. Not a fan. Not a fan of the player himself, but
I think against Romania, even though they lost 0-2, he was on a positive rating coming out of that match, plus minus 8 or something. So he performed well against them. So playing 1 year after, definitely can put up some numbers if he improved enough.
And
but if Italy try hard, I mean, he's gonna cry a lot and they're gonna lose.
yeah,
Really?
and I mean,
Yeah, that's basically his excuse every time he loses.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta, that's
he
the new.
lost because he cried, or he cried because he lost?
No,
because
he
the other
tried
team
because-
tried hard.
Oh,
that's the new excuse. Whenever you lose, it's not because the other ones are better. That's because they try hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
it's really like.
and you die
And
hard.
you shouldn't try hard when you play in like.
I mean, you shouldn't like play to win. That's so try hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who does that?
Try
Come on.
hard or die hard. Okay, yeah, we have a new thing going on.
Yeah.
Okay, best of 3. Let's see the maps.
Let's see the Vito.
Yes.
Vito map, bang, red square.
Montenegro, last year when they lost to Romania, they played Cobblestone and Cash, won 9 rounds on Cobblestone and 13 on Cash. I'm gonna guess that Cash was their pick since they had a better showing there, but not sure. Then again, Italy, only one guy from the last year. We gotta mention that Montenegro brings both Gigi and Lobanica from last year.
This goes in
And
favor
Rade, but
of Italy.
oh well.
I mean, this goes in favor of Italy. The last year's showing on that map wasn't that
But that
good.
was against Spain, and Spain is pretty strong.
Yeah, but
So, still Montenegro banning this too. Italy banning overpass like we've seen so many times so far.
Okay, so Nuke is left. Maybe we see pick Nuke.
Yeah. Well,
you
there
just
you go.
hope, you just
Like I
hope.
said, Montenegro picking Cash. They played Cash last year. They're gonna play it again.
I mean, who wouldn't pick Cash?
and Mirage.
Ah,
And there it goes.
There you
Come
go.
on.
It's going to be Cash for Montenegro, and it's
so
going to be
Cobblestone Nuke.
Italy for
Last
it's going to be Mirage for
dance.
Italy.
Oh, train actually. Okay.
Okay,
So we might
Nuke
have-
still-
I mean,
still
Nuke is
game.
still in, but
I think this
I
is
mean,
Nuke.
what are the chances?
that goes in favor of Montenegro, I would say, if it
There
does.
you go.
There you go.
But it doesn't.
So it's Cobblestone. I mean, yeah, they
Fun
lost
three
at
maps.
Cobblestone last year against Romania, but they won 9 rounds. You do play Cobblestone in FBL, so I guess Lobanica knows something.
Lobanica.
guess.
Boy.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay. Cash.
It's pretty much Skull if we want to translate it like to English.
Yeah.
Like
He said
some
that
of
we
our
need to put
friends
in Lobanica.
translate songs, we translate.
I don't care what they said, honestly.
Can you imagine the words "Come on, my blue sapphire, come on"?
Yeah, I just didn't figure out that.
None of us did. Yeah.
I know. Cash.
Cash, a pick for Montenegro. I mean, this whole match should be pretty close, at least I think so. And Montenegro picking that Cash, I think they can take it.
Okay, Rema.
I think they can take it as well. I mean, Cash is one of the standard maps, and them picking it definitely goes in their favor, and they basically have something for it, right? Right. So, I don't know. Both of these nations have good teams, but because we are neighbors with Montenegro, we know a bit more about them. So I would say that they're going to take that Cash, and this might go to 3 maps.
Okay, Dusan.
I'll stick with Italy on this one, and I think they have enough firepower and team play, unlike Montenegro, to take that Cash. I just hope they don't tilt some players on Montenegro, and that's their strong thing. But I mean, not a lot of info, as I pointed out at the beginning. Yeah, we have previous results at the World Championships, but that was a year ago. So going off of something fresher, I just can't pinpoint what the exact score or who will take what map. But in my opinion, I think Italy can take this one 2-0.
I just wanted to say I'm not sure about whole 5 players, but a couple of them from Montenegro, they're playing in some kind of a mix from time to time, playing in those CS Asia cups, weekly cups that the guys from CS Asia organize. So I think team play wise, I think they have a slight advantage over Italy.
Yeah,
I would say.
As much as I recall, Montenegro had a wild style of play, and like they just like to catch their opponents off guard. Is that what we can expect today?
They love to run and gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically on every map, especially in the city side, they're really aggressive. I don't know if it's going to be a case here. Maybe we see some crazy pushes towards main, towards Squeaky if they start on city side, or even pushing B, we don't know, but they're pretty aggressive in their style of play.
Yeah. And if you play slower, you try hard.
But also that can backfire on them, trying to have that looser style run and gun. And
Hey, but at least they don't try hard.
yeah, of course. I mean, they won't try hard, but at least they'll try something. And
I'm sorry, I got called out from them by them a couple of times. So
if it's,
I just want to rub it in.
we
yeah,
played
if
that
that's
in front of
aggressive and
together.
Italy knows that and they can counter it, it's going to be a one-sided match.
If Italy knows how to try hard,
I wanted to say it again.
Yeah. If Italy knows how to try hard, they're gonna win it. And
When,
we're gonna probably see some blogs on HLTV by Lobanica.
Yeah.
okay.
About Italy.
Some
try
salty blogs, like always.
When we mentioned it, wow, you're really keen on them, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could say that.
When we mentioned,
We're kind of friendly-ish.
hard. Okay.
okay. When we mentioned Italy never was a CS:GO monster nation. It never had like huge teams. Why is that?
I mean, having all those, coasts and everything,
You
having
wouldn't-
that beautiful country, why would you stay in and play Counter-Strike, honestly? I mean...
Yeah, and what's our
But
excuse?
yeah,
What's our excuse then?
I got your point. I mean, there was a 1.6 event in back in 2006. I think it was Monza. That was in the open. I think one of our
that was WCG. How do you say?
World Cyber Games.
Cyber Games,
and
yeah.
one of our teams was
For
there.
Glory.
Yeah.
Went there. Yeah.
That's
Back
why
in the
I
days.
remember it. Back in the day. So I would definitely
Well,
agree. I would
was
love.
30.
I would love to see more teams. I would love to see more teams and players from Italy, but I don't know what's the deal. But we don't have known players from. They had
a top team.
like last year in the TWC qualifier. They had Styla and another guy. Oh, I forgot the name. Chimera. Those are at least the guys that I've heard of. I mean, this year, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know any of these guys.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about these guys in particular, but I have the info that 3 of them are playing together.
Yeah, but
that's
I mean,
not
their last official match was
yeah.
early 2016, late 2015. So I'm not sure if they're
For whom?
for any of the guys, honestly.
No, I mean, yeah, but I think those pictures we saw, those are fresh, no? With the uniform, I mean, the dress.
I can't help you there.
Jerseys, thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Yeah, in those
50
jerseys.
euros, so I have to eat.
Okay. I mean, in those jerseys, I think they're fresh. Who knows? Maybe they have a league, but we just don't know it, and the other countries don't know about it, and maybe they just want to keep it a secret. I'm just trying to,
Maybe they have imaginary friends too. Or
who
something.
knows?
Okay,
Yeah.
Switch, you look like you want to say something.
No, I just to get to my point that I made. I mean, they have a beautiful country. I'm guessing they're always out. You can also point it out. I mean, in case of Sweden and Denmark and Norway, I mean, Sweden is master race of CS. I mean, what are you gonna do half the year in Sweden? Honestly.
Oh, come on.
No, really.
Come on, don't go with that logic. I mean, what?
It's a broken logic. I agree.
No,
but,
who do we
I mean,
have to blame then?
ourselves?
Yeah, but I mean,
I honestly
to
think that
coasts and
I mean,
the
in Serbia,
seaside.
like the team, like iNation, I think they have more problems outside of the game than in game. Honestly.
Okay, what does that mean?
Just the team chemistry and so on and so on. I think that's our main problem.
Okay, wait. So you want to tell me that?
I mean, that's our general problem as a nation, not only CS.
No,
Okay,
but
quickly
lower
with the
than
predictions
leader.
for the first map. Oh no, we have time. Okay.
Slow.
No,
Yeah,
but the thing.
quickly with the
It's not slow down. It's just you. It's just you. Predictions.
No.
No. Okay.
The beauty
No, I just wanted
of
to.
Italy.
No,
Have
He wanted to
have
say
you been
something.
Italy?
I had a
really
point
wish
about.
to. I haven't been yet.
I'm the one asking questions. So have you been to Italy?
Sit down, boy. What?
Have you been to Italy?
No, I really wish to, and I hope I'm gonna go one day, but still haven't been.
Oh, it's beautiful. I've been, I've been to Milano, Rome,
Stop it.
Naples.
Or you.
I've been to a couple of more places, Torino, Firenze, a couple of more
Venezia.
places. It's really beautiful. And have you been to Montenegro?
Yeah,
Yeah, where have you been there?
pretty much everywhere, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And which part do you like the most?
Serbia.
There was Belgrade. Okay, we're gonna bash
We're
them
done.
later.
We're done. So, predictions.
I'm gonna say Montenegro 2-0, and I'm gonna say 16-8 on cash.
Okay, Rema?
6 and 10 Montenegro first map.
Okay.
16-14 Italy.
Okay, the first map is about to start. Cash, Italy versus Montenegro. Harry and Spaddington takes away.
Yeah, so bit of an error there. Sorry, actually casting with Milos, but no worries. Thank you there for the introduction. Yeah. And yeah, well, this is the TWC European qualifiers, and we are already well and truly underway. Thank you all for joining us, and it is going to be Italy versus Montenegro. And well, without any sort of prior introduction, kind of running out of time a little bit with the intro, Madden is going to be there to pick up the first kill on Bardos, which is going to start them off in a really good way, opening up that A site, putting a lot of pressure on, meaning that Italy do have to rotate some players over. They give up mid control as a result. And as well as that, the B hold isn't going to have backup as quickly as they would like, because they do now lose that mid player.
A bit of an excess bit of aggression there, losing out one of the Montenegrin player there. Bark has to really now work with the remaining 4 players, but this is all that they need here to bust through. 2 players only defending the A site, already one brought down, Biohazard, and the rest of the CT players are all bunched up in one spot, basically. There's one running through Highway, which is one thing to play with for that mid-map control, but oh my god, what? Did he just do that?
Yeah,
GG just...
What?
GG, just no. It just takes out 2 of them, with already the help of the last one. That was sick to see. But basically, when you're holding this, there's nobody that's going to come in from the B site because they would have already been in this position to rush you down. They're either holding on white truck or they're holding through highway on mid. That's basically the prediction of it. That was a pretty sick shot. However, it was easily predictable for someone that has a lot of time playing the game.
Yeah, no, definitely. And while experience is going to be key, Montenegro, they do manage to take the first round as we do go into the second now. I mean, they are going to be on the Antigo here. They've got a few UMPs. They got an MP7 as well. And looking at the setup from Italy here, quite interesting. They've chose just to put Biohazard on his own up towards A. He's, of course, going to be playing the anchor role, and I expect he's going to be playing it very passively. That's why we see him falling back all the way to car, and they are just basically playing for the retake here. And while an aggressive push out onto B might serve them well as they do open things up onto A, and that's going to force Montenegro back and put them in a very bad situation where you've got 4 Italians just charging at you, taking all this B control, and as a result, it does kind of force their hand. They have to kind of head over towards A now, and the rotate is already underway from Italy. Slowly but surely up towards that A site. The information's gathered by Biohazard. They know that bomb's going down, but there's 5 of them left to retake this, all with armor, and that Galil they managed to secure, which means that, in all honesty, they are in a fairly good position right about now.
Yeah, and I like the way that they're positioning all of this. They're sending the Galil at range to play with that. You have the pistols moving up as closely as possible, because that's where you're going to maximize the damage. UMP, they sound 2 here, and he gets the 3rd one! Gora with 4 kills, holy crap. 4 kills at the end of it there. Is able to take them down, and that was just beautiful to shut down everybody from Team Italy. The retake shouldn't really have happened that way, because if you look at it from an analytical standpoint, it's like, well, there was so much smoke on the site. Sure, you took the first one, but as soon as the rest weren't really easily brought down, and you saw that it wasn't really going to function after losing the Galil, not being able to get too close. Probably should have just backed off at that point and just saved what you got. But it is an ego now, so Italy are stacking for the players on the A site.
Yeah, that might do them some justice, but I mean, Montenegro, they're doing a great job of pushing for this information. They've got 2 players over towards B, 2 over towards A, 1 in mid. They've got a lot of map control. Italy have given up a lot of the map through this strategy, and as a result, it is looking like a B play is going to be coming out because they're able to take that site control. They drive off Biohazard, no questions asked. And Bomb is going to be heading over towards there now. So that's basically a free plant, but you have got 5 Italians once again left to try and retake this site. But I mean, overall, a very, very promising sort of foreshadowing here for Montenegro, just with how they are conducting themselves on the map. They're spreading out, they're getting the map control, and they're playing off the information they get it. Whereas Italy, we've seen them, kind of heading towards, Artie, sorry, but yeah, we see Italy, they're playing a lot more with, off of instinct as opposed to information. Now, it's just mainly because they have been ecoing. But look at this push as well coming in from Bark. He gets 2 with that UMP. He's done so much damage, and he's going to fall back from there. 19 HP. I do agree with that. I don't agree with him holding this angle, but he is not allowing anyone to come back for him. And well, Lobber's going to be able to get one of his own. So now it is all going to fall on Abados here, trapped in a very, very bad situation. He might be able to get one, but no, not going to happen, as he does get taken down as well. So now it's going to go 3-0 Montenegro. Their little grace period is over, as we will finally be seeing a rifle buy coming out from the Italians. And well, we're going to be going into the first rifle by now, round number 4. Let's see what this will entail.
Yeah, what I don't like from Montenegro is that they bought up Galils. I mean, sure, you can go for 1 Galil, but then the remaining ones are either going to go for WMP and then double AK on the other ones, just to save that extra bit of money, just in case you lose one of the rifles, if you happen to run into the A set where everybody from the Italian team is at. So this puts them in a bit of a disadvantage when you're playing against these M4s, because they are definitely better when facing these Khalils. So just in terms of weapon type of play, which usually don't really talk about too much in CS, it really I'm really not agreeing with the ways that it's being handled by Montenegro. But 3-0, I really cannot say anything against their play. Now, what's going to happen on A is all the smokes and flashes have come down, and Biohazard already taken down. Claw holding off one of the angles here by the by Quad. He takes down 1, 2, and nice play from GG. Jumps on in. Bardos will get taken down. Oh my god, this is a terrible position for Loba here. He's super low on health. Claw is waiting around to go for the last one as GG is all the way in the back. He's able to tap 1 here on Sapphire, but everybody knows where he's at here. He's going to try to jump up, but there's already Sparker waiting around for him up top, and he's finally going to get sprayed down.
Yeah, no, I mean, now is a very clean round from Italy. It's exactly what they needed as well, just to slow the pace of Montenegro down. Of course, if Montenegro had taken that round, you would have been left in a situation where they're very much in control of the pace, in control of all the momentum, and they have all the cards. Whereas right now, you are going to be seeing they are just, they're on a very good buy because of those Galils and winning the first 3 rounds fairly flawlessly. But I mean, they are in a situation now where Italy have a round on the board, and they've shown that they are extremely competent. Sparker's going to start things off in mid with that kill on Madden, and then Artie's going to come in, gets one of his own to return that, but I mean, still, they've lost a lot of mid presence here, and then Loba going down over towards A completely shuts down any hope of an A push, as, no one's there to trade for him. So now, Italy, they are going to go 1 man up. And with 1 minute 20 seconds left, I mean, Montenegro still have plenty of time left to play with, but they are quickly running out of both men and utility to use when it comes to this final site push.
Yep, and this position is super good for the Italians, because obviously not only are they a man up, however, but also they're spreading fairly well around the map. So there's 1 set on B in the back, so he can take down 1 or 2 players if try to go for the push. Biohazard still holding mid, and there we go. His positioning will land him that kill on Bark, and leaves the Montenegrins with only 1 place to go for. You have to push that A site. You don't have mid control. You are super predictable in your tactic, and the CTs still have a lot of utility to play with, whereas as Ts, you only have a single smoke. Now, that's going to be very important for the execution here to smoke off any sort of CT counterplay before you get onto the site itself.
Yeah, it does all come down to where does Artie put this smoke? I mean, you know, or he could just not use it at all and push out into the side. Gets taken down by Monster and Biohazard with that really nice hold there, and that just denies them any chance of getting out onto the side by mopping them up in a really good crossfire, actually. There was no possibility to trade because they basically pushed in a series of, you know, 2 1 versus 2 pushes, which I don't agree with. And Montenegro now, they are forced onto the back foot. They're going to have to do with some sort of quasi-buy here, as you do see a little bit of armor being picked up on the players that have a little bit of money left to spare, but for the most part, not much. You have 3 smoke grenades, which to me suggests some sort of either a fake or an A push, because you have the 3 players over here towards A, 3 smoke grenades. It would make sense for them to smoke off the site and then either take that bomb over towards B, or alternatively, just actually commit to that A push. A push? Why do I keep saying push?
Well,
oh my god, this is the 3rd time I've done this, casting TWC. Puss is just always on my mind, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
but
that is true.
anyway, 4 of these players over towards B. Madney is going to get taken down first. I mean, GG comes with a wonderful return, and that's going to help them get out onto that B site. Well, it is basically going up and down to Sapphire here, trying to watch it from up as and all he can, but he isn't able to get a kill on any of these crossing Montenegro players, and now the rotate is coming in. 4-on-4 bomb gets applied. That's an extra $800 to take into this next round, which is going to be very, very handy for Montenegro. And well, that retake should be underway shortly. A good crossfire set up actually by these remaining players in order to cover this bomb. I mean, bomb isn't planted for either of those players that are in towards that checker side. A great couple of entries does mean that in a blink of an eye, all of the Montenegro side go down. Oh, what an entry to get them out on there. And then that does mean the DPs are going to be coming in, and it should go to 3-all now as we are going to be entering the 7th round shortly. The implications actually for that bomb plant, Milos, is fairly good for the Montenegro side. It does mean, look, if you look at their economy, they can get those AWPs. So, that wasn't the worst round they could have hoped for. I'd say that was probably as good as it gets for them.
Yeah, in that situation, to take down one of the CT players, so it kind of offsets a bit of the economy. Obviously, you can see the Sapphire on 450 now on the CT side, which is more than I have in my bank account, but still, it's pretty good to try and weed out as much cash as possible from the CT side. Obviously, going for the objective itself, getting that bomb plant gives you that extra cash to play with, and this is the problem now. Like, they haven't really used their utility so much, so maybe now by actually buying up as much as possible, it will help them out in breaking an objective and actually holding it, because the post-plant positions, especially in that previous round, like, sure, it's an eco, but the big problem is you had so much time to get onto the site itself and spread out and hold it, and that was still not enough for you to get in those positions. Everybody was thinking about, oh, well, I have to get the frag, instead of thinking, okay, well, that bomb is down, and it's going to go down, there's no way to hit him in the back, let's just spread out before the CTs come in and are able to push us back and go for the retake. So there's a bit of lack of, I don't know, how do I explain this? There's a lack of spontaneousness on the Montenegrin side for now. So we'll see how that is put to play now in round 7. No AWP buy, actually, because they just want to put as much utility as possible in their hands. So let's see how this pans out. Oh, nice opener for GG down in mid.
Yeah, and straight away, that's just going to weaken that mid-hold. It is going to be Anabardo's here, trying to do all he can. He does land a good spray down through the smoke, and that's going to be Loban getting taken down. That's going to equalize things to a 4-on-4 and sort of offset its mid-presence a little bit just by, making them proceed with a little bit more caution, slowing down the push overall. And right now, the difference is Montenegro, they don't have full mid control. It is still up for contestation. But I mean, right now, GG and Bark, they are both going to be in 2 very, very strong positions. And they've pretty much got control of everything they would need to execute a B push here. You've got, the player up in vents, Bomb slowly heading over towards B, Artie's pushed up into, the sunroom or like toxic barrels area. So it is looking like B might be the order of the day. You've got Biohazard still watching that mid presence, and he's going to be exchanging a few rounds with GG. And, well, flash out onto the B site isn't too indicative of what's going on just yet, as Bomb floating around in A main. So Montenegro still haven't committed to anything just yet. 45 seconds left. They've got plenty of time to play around with. And I think at this point, Italy are reading this as a B play. But as that Bomb's positioning over towards B, us as the spectators, well, we do know better, and we can see it was a little bit of a fake, especially considering, actually, they've got Bark down in checkers. Of course, from that position, he can be the thorn in their sides. He can disrupt the rotates so much, and as well as that, just prevent those 2 players from rotating off of B. And as the smokes go into A, Oh, but that Molotov is really, really going to put just throw a spanner in the works. It's going to leave them with so little time now. What a good molly there. Bardo's coming out mid, finding that kill on a GG as well, losing any sort of positionary advantage from that, and then they just walk out into the slaughter that is Monster being boosted up on top of the boxes there. Barker comes out, gets a really nice 2k, but before getting traded down by Bardos, but still a very, very back and forth round there between who had the map control, and, you know, ultimately Italy did actually come out on top there.
Yeah, because Montenegro had mid-map control after taking down Sapphire, I believe, in the middle of the map. So they gained mid-map control, but they didn't utilize it for anything else. They dropped one player in B, hoping for a fake. Unfortunately, it was super easy to spot by the Italians. It doesn't really require Luigi Cadorna, chief of staff during World War I, for the Italians to realize the strategy that was being implemented by the Montenegrins, but it was a bit of a failed fake of basically how it is, and the boost on A definitely was not expected, and just keeping your calm in that position when you know the push is going to happen against you is super important. Sure, you lost at the end, but you took down 2 players, you damaged the third, and you were able to shut down any hope of the Montenegro team actually making it on the A site. No bomb plant for them, so they're going to be buying up whatever they can get right now, and that is not a lot of equipment, and definitely no AKs to play around with. And as you can see, there is a technical pause right now for Italy, as Sparker is going to reconnect, I assume, some PC problems. But it's looking pretty sick. Now, a small note on the Italian team, as the studio, the desk was talking about, obviously taking into mind when Svojic goes full crazy and banter lads, that kind of stuff. I really love it when they let him go like that. But 2 of the players actually on the Italian side do play in the same team. They have Claw and Bardos, and they're definitely doing pretty well so far for their team. Yeah, their positioning is super good, so you can see that their team play is up to par. They're playing for TES, a team that's not really too well known in any sort of competitive play. Recently, the only thing that really has ever been seen about TES is like a couple of StarCraft players that they've recently signed, like within the past year, and that's literally about it. I think their highest grossing ever thing recently was like a 14-year-old StarCraft 2 player that somehow made it to the semifinals of a top tier tournament in Valencia. That's really the only thing that they have to offer. So seeing their CS team actually being able to put up a decent fight within the Italian national team is pretty sick.
Yeah, no, I do agree, and you can already tell the synergy between those 2 players is definitely helping out the Italian side somewhat. They do seem to be doing a very competent job, like you say. But now we ought to be going into this. The 8th round now, 4-3 is going to be the scoreline, and Montenegro, they're looking to get a few more rounds under their belt on their map pick. Now, smokes out over towards that A side. That is going to be indicative of some sort of play going on, but no rotate out from Italy, as that bomb hasn't committed to anything just yet. With 120 seconds left on the clock in a 5v5, why would you give them the satisfaction of over-rotating? Saying that, actually, we're going to see Bardos. He's heading up on towards A, as they do manage to pick one up onto Loban, but you know, I'm not sure if I completely agree with that rotate. A lot of mid control was lost, even if it was only for a few seconds there, as he does go back down now. But over towards B, Sparker managing to get one, and that's going to slow down this push so much. That said, though, Artie does manage to get himself into a really good position. They don't even know he's there. He pushes up. He does find one on the Sparker over at the site as well. And now that bomb is in a position where it can start to think about making its way onto the site. Flashes do go in, but no one's willing to push through that smoke that is down in CT, of course, blocking off any avenue of approach from there. Bardas up in heaven, trying to do all he can, is going to get Molotov down. So at this point, Italy are completely being rejected from having any information on that site. Bomb planted and is ticking down as well. But they've got to do something, and they've got to do it now. 3 players up in heaven. Not sure if I agree with that, Italy. Yeah, they do rectify that issue now. 2 of them heading in through CT. Flash. Wow, this is when they'll do the push. Oh, he does get one, and is going to get traded out. Bar gets one of his own. Bar gets a second as well. And now it's going to be GG and Barky. They've just got a trade. And well, Bark's going to fall low HP on him. And Bardo's faking out that defuse. Doesn't know where GG is. And completely off angle for him. But Bardos does find that shot. And he's got the kit. And I think he's just going to have enough time in order to get the defuse out. It's going to go 5-3. A good round. A good attempt from Montenegro. And a great retake there from Italy with those trades.
Yeah, that was a sick retake from Bardos. Basically, the flank that we saw from Bark, I believe, they came in. No, that was Artie. They came in behind the CTs and actually was able to take down the player that was on the side itself. That opened up the entire place for the Montenegrins to go in with the bomb and get the plant and stuff. So at that point, the retake was going to be pretty difficult for the CTs because they were zoned off pretty nicely by the utility use on the ET side. But at the end, it was just a pure skill. Bardos at the end, fighting off the two players, taking them down, getting on the site, fake defusing, then going for the final kill on GG is actually really interesting to see how these kinds of players handle that the stress in the moment. Because I'm pretty sure my matchmaking history doesn't really bode too well when it comes to reactions like that.
Yeah, that is the way of a caster. Though. There's a reason why we're casters.
Yeah,
and not
there's
players.
a reason. I mean, to be honest, if we would start to play, the entire thing would just be done. There would possibly be subpar commentary, but the plays would still be there. And look at that, Sparker, triple kill for him, takes down everybody on the B side here, but a pretty nice one from Lobanicha and GG that actually take down a couple players on the A side, but that bomb, unfortunately, is on the other side of the map. And look at how low on health they are here. Terrible position to be in.
Less than 20 HP between the two remaining Montenegro players. Not the situation they want to be in. It is going to be a 2-on-2, but still, when you're that low on HP, you're definitely going to be in a bad way. A boost up in events from Sapphire could prove to be very bad here as Loban does pick him up. And well, now Sparker, 1-on-2. Italy, they might have thrown this away to two players that, combined of less than 20 HP. Sparker does manage to land that kill on a GG now, and now it's going to go 1-on-1, and well, Loban is just going to be running into that site with the bomb, trying to get it down, but Molotov here could potentially finish it off. Sparker could be in with the ace. Oh, but that Molly's just going to miss. And here we go, 1 versus 1. 14 HP on Loban, and if he just shot that, he would have had to pick up a kill. This is oh my, it's so tense. One
you can
shot
see
is all
his
it's going to take.
Oh my god.
Loban is in the smoke. He literally just jumped right next to him. What's happening? Loban, you're behind him. He does it. 14 HP in a dream. 3 kills to his name as well. Loban in with the 3K, and he manages to secure the first round for Montenegro in quite some time in spectacular fashion as well. I cannot help but feel like Sapphire threw that away for them when he pushed events.
That was silly to say the least.
Yeah, I don't know what we just witnessed. That was really odd. I mean, thought for sure they'd just save or something. But...
yeah, especially with the smoke position. If you look at it, the smoke is always thrown away where you can see the side edges, and all you need is to look at that 1 pixel from the feet down below, and you're able to see where they're at and go for the shot. Basically, you saw all of his legs on the right side of the smoke. But there was still no reaction. He just kept creeping along, basically. Just, hey, look at my new pants, and that's about it. So, like, first frag now comes in here for Claw. Bark is spotted, takes just a teeny tiny bit of damage. Really, on the Italian side, they're not looking for much, but that shot from Bardos trying to damage the T side as much as possible. Just side note, these pistol sounds still trigger me here, alright? I'm still not used to them.
I'm not sure how I feel about them. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. It feels like I'm shooting at... Oh my god, Biohazard! What a round for Italy! Sorry to interrupt there, but my god. Madden's going to come in with the trade, but it's going to be a 2-on-2, and Italy looking to potentially return the favor of a rather humiliating loss here for Montenegro, as they do start things off in a very good way on this eco round. They pick up 3 Montenegro players. I can't think of like what the populous name for people from Montenegro is, so... I'm not going to even attempt it, but
that's how it is.
Is that what it is? Okay,
yeah.
right. It's that simple. I just didn't want to mess it up.
No,
but anyway,
The
bomb is going to get planted, and while the time is ticking down, it's all down to whether or not these CTs want to commit to it. I mean, they don't have much to lose, so you may as well. And they are going to be going in. Artie picks up one of the Sapphire, though, and it's all going to come on to Sparker here. 1 versus 2. He's got the Deagle in hand, and well, he gets the first. Artie's going to go down. He potentially could land the second, but Madden's going to be there. He does pick up that kill on a Sparker, and it's going to go 5-5. Montenegro managed to tie things up after losing 5 in a row, so they're, definitely clawing their way back into being in the lead, slowly but surely.
Yeah, this is pretty sick to see here from the T side. I mean, to be honest, that was as good of an eco round that would ever happen really for the Italians. So those few kills netted them the couple of diffuse kits that they have, the couple of flashes that they can afford. There's a lot of flashbangs, so the possibility of a retake or aggressive play is much more set in stone in this kind of buy. It's like quote unquote a build, to use a StarCraft term, because for some reason we don't really talk about that kind of stuff in CS. But building on what they have, they would be able to go for a quick retake or quick type of aggressive move here. Not going to happen this time around. Lobanicha down at 57 health, has to pull back a bit. Already on 78, I was talking about before. And Bart's just going to make his way into the B site. The bomb is all the way in the back, but they will have 4 players to run into B. There is nobody except for Sparker on the site, and he is super, he's at 40 health. This guy will not survive for much if they open up at full strength, and Montenegro are going for it right here, right now.
Yeah, they are going to be pushing into that B site, and he's going to be there to start things off. Manages to get a second on Abadas as well, so that's going to go 3-on-5.
Biohazard rotating in from mid. We'll make it to the back of CT. They're going to try to line up here to get into the B site. They made some noise, unfortunately, so their position is spotted out. A nice flash coming in here. Bark blinded to hell here. Madden will spot out Sapphire, take him down. The blue Sapphire, as I've heard so many times today. Biohazard left all on his own with the M4 in his hands, clutching it so tightly. He does not want to lose this rifle. So much money he put into this round here. Won't be able to make it out as Bark still stays in the situation in this same position just to finish him off. And that will be the round for Montenegro. I mean, for the underdogs in the game, and especially with the desks saying okay, well, we definitely do see Italy taking this 2-0. They're putting up a pretty decent fight, I have to say.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Montenegro are going above and beyond, I think, what people expected of them. I mean, let's not forget, this is their map picks. Naturally, you would expect them to be, doing fairly well. But, I mean, it's definitely not as clean-cut, I think, as people were making out, as 5-6 scoreline is clearly showing here. And, I mean, Italy, they are forced down onto another eco round, and we keep seeing this happen to them. Their economy just can't keep up with what Montenegro do have to offer. It's been a very back-and-forth game with Montenegro taking the first 3. Now they're on another 3-round win streak, looking to take it to 4 rounds. And while Italy, they've got 5 of their own. I mean, just look at this. They're coming up in the Italians. 3 of them all pushing up there. I mean, it is going to be Artie trying to catch them off guard. Isn't able to. Does get taken down. And Bark falls in mid as well. So that's completely lost presence across the whole map. Bombs over at A. And the Italians, they know it. They've got all the information they need to go for this retake. 5 versus 3 here. And I'd say they're in a very good place. The only thing that could potentially let them down is the lack of armor across the board. I mean, aim punch is going to play a huge factor, especially when you're up against GG, for example, with that M4A1S. And they don't have any utility to try and redo this. But anyway, the push is going to be coming in from Italy. Now, time is ticking down. They've got to do something. They've got to be quick. Madden's going to start things off. Does pick up one on a spark. And now it's going to go 4-on-5. And what a crossfire in from A main here with Loban and Madden both managing to pick up. Oh, my God, at the end there. What was that? I got completely distracted just because of that amazing little fork out there. You could tell that Madden did too, the way he shook his mouse around at the end. He was clearly impressed with what he just did. Italy, they were in a potentially good place to retake that. I think it did just come down to, Montenegro having more than enough time to set up post-plant position, and they had such a strong crossfire with that quad position as well as the A main that, Italy, they were pretty much done the second they allowed that to happen. Sparko going to start this round off in a good way, but it's all going to get equalized out by Loban and Artie.
Yeah, then nice pick coming in for Biohazard. This cleans up the side here on A. The bomb is still by T main, so they're going to decide to go for the B site. Obviously, the Italians have 3 more players. You cannot lose this player here. Very good of Sapphire to just pull back and sit on the site, and this means that the bomb is pretty much set to go. This is where it's going to happen, but peeks a bit too much through the smoke. and will get shot down. Biohazard now rotating in. They realize this play is going to happen. There's still a minute on the timer here, so they can switch over to the A side. But seems like the Italians are already setting up here. This is actually pretty sick because they can counter before the bomb planter is already in a defensive position. And it's Bark already ready for it here. 1-2 kills coming down, and we'll hit double headshots here to clean up the round for the Montenegrins already on 8 rounds to 5 of the Italians. This is not looking so good for the Stallions here.
Yeah, no, not at all. Especially then, that ended up being in a 2 versus 1, and Bartes it wasn't able to find that kill on a Bark. Bark actually jumping around the corner with his knife out as well. It's quite the humiliating way to end up dying. A very, very quick rush out in the mid here by Mana. It's going to be able to pick up one, and while Biohazard comes in with a return frag, manages to get one, trying to shut down this mid push, but it's just not going to be good enough. Now Claw does come on in, finds one on the Madden as well, so equalizing it to a 3-on-3. They've got a little bit of armor in the form of Sapphire and a tiny bit of utility over on the Italian side. Montenegro, they have plenty of utility, plenty of time, and plenty of armor to go around. So that does mean they're going to be in a much better position here, as they do have full mid control now as well because of those smokes. And they're going to be heading in through vents, which is going to completely allow them to pass by through Sparker. Does Arnie check this? Oh, he does. But he is going to get taken down. And now it is going to go into a 2-on-3. Bomb heading over towards that B site is going to get planted any second now. Sapphire's providing a little bit of presence just to deny that. Nice nade does come in, puts down Loban at a 45 HP as well. So Italy looking in a very, very strong position right now.
Yep, and Claw is definitely looking for any sort of frag here from anybody from the Montenegro side. I wants to get a bit too aggressive. GG holding the side here will be able to get that first shot. However, Sapphire takes down Lobanika. And he's down to 9 health, so anything can get the kill here. Claw trying to go around from behind, and he will take GG down. Very, very smart from him. But there is no time remaining. And that'll mean the Italians lose out on another round, but at least they're able to save up the AK at the end of it. However, the T side definitely won the better end of it, and now the Italians really need to start to putting the rounds on the board. Because, and this is the thing actually, we still haven't seen an AWP until right now. Sparker basically bought the first AWP in the game. He sacrifices a lot of utility from being able to be fielded by the Italian side, but it's to the expense of an AWP, so hopefully he can put that into a good position here, and he is holding off by the B side, a bit too exposed, and let's see how he's able to actually play that disadvantage.
Yeah, and just look at this from Montenegro. Very, very strong mid presence. Something we've seen again and again from them. And look at this from Bark. I love doing this in pods, and he's doing it now, and it pays off for him as he picks it off. Oh, wow, what a weird way to say that. That ended the hype. Jesus. But Bardos and Claw both are going to go down, and it's going to go into a 5-on-3 here. Mid presence completely given over to the Montenegrins, and as a result, they're going to be in a very good position right now. Biohazard delaying the A main push by finding one into GG, getting out of there and trying to deny that one-man advantage as best he can. It's going to get taken down. Double peak coming out from Madden and Bark there, and well, now it's going to fall into a 2-on-1 as Spark is going to be the last guy left alive for the Italians, trying to redo this with that AWP that he's so costly invested in. So now it's time to see if that investment is going to pay off. He is going to be heading in towards the site now. Trades out that AWP for the M4, so I guess not. He's got a kit, he's got plenty of time. He does use his only bit of utility there on the forklift, which if he had saved and played for the information, then he would have been able to get both of these players pushed out of position. Time is still ticking as well, and all they've got to do is double peek him in order to trade. And well, not even going to take that, as Spark does swiftly take the head off of Sparker there. And there we go. It's going to end up the first half 5-10 with a 5-round advantage towards Montenegro, and they do manage to secure the half.
Yep, a 6 situation to be in. But now it really will rely on Italy gaining the initial advantage in the game as quickly as possible. Basically, you have to win that pistol round to try and snowball it into at least an equilibrium. Because 3 rounds after winning the pistol is not an impossibility. It definitely is a lot more common, especially in this level of CS, you know, where you don't have your like SK Gaming and Team Liquid's playing. Now here, a lot of fire being set on the Bark, but even if he does die, this gives them a lot of information. The A side is definitely going to be preferable here for the Italian side to go into. However, they are playing the mind games against the CT side of Montenegro, so they can still play around that information and basically force feed the wrong information to the CT side. But it seems like their delays will pay off here, as all 5 Italian players set their eyes on the A set, which only has 2 players on the defense. It's all about the execution timing and the overwhelming sheer power of the Glock and Madden. The first one on a Bardos. And are they able to take down the second? Yes, they will. So we're losing only 1, taking down 2. Pretty sick beginning for the Italian side.
Yep, go Madden indeed. We want to see a 2 versus 4 here. GG and Loban trying to get the retake in now, and well, the bomb planted, no kits either on either player right now. It is going to put them in a very bad situation. A little bit of parkour coming out from Loban isn't going to be enough. This isn't Mirage Edge. He does get taken down, and now the trade frag coming in on a GG to finish it off for the Italian side. It is going to go 6-10, so they managed to secure that first pistol round that they do need so desperately, and hopefully we should be able to see this go to 8-10. And the game will be very, very close at that point. Looking at this buy as well, they're going to have plenty of utility across the board. It is all just a matter of where they decide to execute.
Yep. GG going in for a pretty standard smoke. And the Italians still unsure where to go to. Obviously still very early in. And I'd like to see a lot more mid-map control turning into a rush on B or A split push basically, which we haven't really seen the Montenegrins do so far. And if you see what they're doing, they're relinquishing all of the mid-map control, which is not being contested at all by the Italian side. So it kind of starts to raise some questions like, okay guys, maybe we should go for the mid-map control, especially if we have these rifles, which makes it even easier for us to take control and go onto the sites themselves.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Italy would definitely benefit from trying to take that mid control. All you've got is Loban up there in the vents. He's going to be the one guy trying to hold this off. No one in a position where they can trade for him either. So taking him out would be very, very big for the Italian side. But it is looking like A is just going to be their site of choice. There are going to be 3 Montenegro players to hold this off. And, well, that could come back to bite Italy in the arse. They have no map information right now. They haven't bothered spreading out. Completely different to how we saw Montenegro play in the early stages of this game. There's no one coming squeaky. They're literally all funneling out of A main. So here we go. Flashes, Molotovs, and everything going in onto the site. Artie's going to be the first to fall, and then that does remove a lot of the pressure that they're going to have. Not going to get shot in the back anytime soon, and Sparker coming in huge. Does pick up 2. Biohazard gets one of his own, and in the blink of an eye, it's all going to fall on a GG here. Flash in from Car, trying to do the damage. Gets one on the Biohazard, looking for a second, but that nade is just going to blow the flesh off of his bones, and that's going to be GG going down there in spectacular fashion over my Car. 7-10 is going to be the scoreline, and, well, Italy looking to maintain this lead and chain a couple of rounds together as they start very, very strong on the T side.
Yep, and I like how they're putting up so many SMGs to play with. I think it's one too many in my opinion, but going for at least a UMP and a MAC-10 or double MAC-10 is definitely something that you need to go for here. Look at the amount of aim punch that you get. The GG goes down to 30 health instantly. With the amount of fire received from the MAC-10, so it's simply too good to not use these here. Still triggered by the SMG sounds, by the way. But Biohazard jumping around, taking down GG. One is spotted trying to go around. This is Madden down to 1 health, and he will get Kobe down by Sapphire. Sick play there to anticipate his position. The UMP will do wonders against anything that tries to push a bit too close towards it. Last 2 players from the Montenegrin side are rotating to the back of the A site here. They will try to get into a bit of a vantage point to get some damage down on the Italians before they get onto the site. That will net them a single kill, but it's got to be super difficult for Bark here to get any sort of headshot, especially with the aim punch. Will get shot down, and most of the kills went down on the SMGs, which is really, really good for the Italians because that means you're racking up a lot of extra cash. Montenegro is able to buy. You see 4M4s, suppressed, unsuppressed, and the UMP. Really nice seeing the UMP, actually. It's a pretty sick weapon.
Yeah, no, it is good to see him stick with that, because of course, you know, he can pick up a gun of a... sorry, it's good to see him go with that, because, you know, he can pick up a gun of someone who dies on his team, he can pick up an AK, and as well as that, he gets a kill reward, and, you know, enough armor pen and everything across the board to make it a very viable buy. And, you know, looking at this play coming out from Italy, actually, here, they've gone for a sort of spreading out maneuver, but look at this boost from Gigi. Oh my god, look at this position. He's going to be able to pick one up on a biohazard. I don't think they saw that coming. I've never seen that boost until just now. And Gigi starting the round off in such a good way, picking up that kill on a biohazard, and straight away, Italy, they lose so much presence over towards that B site. They have no information about what's going on now. For all they know, Montenegro could have pushed and taken the whole thing. So, you know, it does very much confine them to one side of the map, and they don't have to worry about things like being flanked now. There is no mid presence, so interestingly enough, coming out from Montenegro. Something that we seem to be having is a little bit of a reoccurring trend. Italy, though, don't seem to be capitalizing on that. And now the real question is, will they be able to see this boost coming out from Bark?
Bardas holding the fence system. Nobody will be peeking through there from the Montenegrin side. And this is a pretty nice boost to be in. However, will it pay off? Because there we go, the flash comes in. It will miss the bomb, has been dropped, and this is a quick cleanup from Montenegro. Really, really good hold. And it was just down to the fact that Italy didn't put enough men to push that A site, which they really wanted to break through. And unfortunately, their equipment, their smokes, flashes were out of position, and they weren't really able to anticipate the boosted player, which is something they'll have to think about, especially when they actually used it before. Now we'll see if they finally go for mid-map control, because it's something that we still have not seen in the entirety of this game. Only once, actually, on the Montenegro T side, but that's about it. It wasn't really used to forward the strategy to an A or B side split.
Yeah, no, and I would definitely like to see mid being used a little bit more. Look at this positioning as well, coming out from low, but over towards B. He's very, very close to Claw and Biohazard, potentially, you know, touching the tips of those rifles and in with a very dangerous sort of area, especially seeing as the mid push is finally going to be coming out from the Italian side. And while they do manage to secure that bank control, I think at this point Loban knows he's in a very, very bad situation. He's got to hope that no one sees him. And well, he does pick up one with the UMP. He's looking to get a second as well. He gets a second and he does so much damage. Finally gets taken down by Claw, but still getting a 2-for-1 trade with the UMP up against fully bored players is not how you want to go down. That, of course, is going to completely delay the push out on that B site, give them more than enough time to rotate in players. And GG, well, he secures 3 there to finish off that round for Montenegro. 8-12 is going to be the scoreline as they start to pull ahead now 2 rounds in a row.
Well, the Italians, what's their response to this? Just buying up some pistols. Sapphire going in for Tech 9 armor. Now, there isn't really a buy sort of reason to go for this. It's just that, well, you already need the P250s and such. But buying the head armor makes it so you can go ahead of the pack, deal a bit extra damage and soak in some extra damage yourself. And at the same time, since it's the person that have the most money coming into the round, you are able to just spend a bit of extra cash to get everybody on an equal slate, basically, to be able to buy up later on when you have a bit more to play around with.
Yeah, no, I do agree. You know, economy plays such a huge role in this. And as you can tell right now, I mean, all you've already got on the Italian side is not much. You know, you've got the armor on Sapphire, which could be used if they manage to secure a nice opening pick. And going for this mid control is certainly a different thing from them. We did see him use it last round, and it nearly worked to their advantage. And while they are going to be opting to go for it again, I mean, no one's been contesting the mid, so they may as well take it. It's literally the most important area of the map, arguably, and they're being handed it every round. They're just not utilizing it. So looking at those 3 players over towards that A site, it is very, very defended. And while hopefully they keep playing slowly, they keep playing for this information, and they don't separate, because Bardas very, very close to going off on his own there, but he didn't. And now the 5-man push up and away is going to be happening, and a good flash does come out. Madden gets 1, Bar gets another, and look at the teamwork here from the A side. Bar goes for the spray, he gets 2, and he's going to be looking for the 3rd. GG comes in from behind, and there we go. Montenegro, they secure yet another round to take it to 8-13 now in favor of them. Of course, 5-round lead right now, and they're looking to extend that even more over their Italian enemies for the night.
Yep, definitely enemies in this day and age. Ocampo. If this was if this was 1915, probably yes, but not today. I'm watching too many World War One stuff. That's
I
all.
can really tell. You keep coming
Yeah.
out with the World War One
'Cause
quotes. Don't get
because
me wrong. I'm
it's Battlefield
impressed.
1. It's Battlefield
Yeah.
1. I'm starting to get
Oh,
hyped.
I bet
for-
you
for
can't
that.
wait for that.
Yeah, if only Dice knew who the hell I was, that would
It's
be pretty good.
it's like your Viagra. But yeah, no, so looking at this, Italy over towards the B site. I'm going to get tagged down fairly late, but 5 players here. It's a fairly good read on the situation as there are only going to be 2 players rotating in now, and they're not in very good positions. It's all going to come down to Loban on the site with just the UMP next to him as well to try and hold this up. GG pushing through, nice and aggressive. Does pick up one. Loban manages to trade it out as well. That's going to have a fairly big implication as bomb gets dropped right in the middle of the site, so they know that it's there. Fully rotate is coming in now, and Loban's low HP just going to be the thorn in their sides. Managing to pick up one and done. Does get taken down, and now it's all going to come on a claw here. 1 versus 2. He's got the bomb. He's got enough time. But it is going to come down to the fact that Montenegro, all they have to do is trade here. Even if he gets that bomb down, he's going to have to play around the boxes on site. He's not going to be able to get off. And that's even if they let him plant it. So he's going to fake, and while they do push one at a time, Artie gets taken down. Is he going to expect Bark to be there? No, it doesn't like he is, and Bark does find that kill. Oh, that was close. But Montenegro will be taking that round once again.
They're really starting to overtake the Italians, and I think this can really snowball into a victory because for early now, this is a very tough decision. Do we save this round and try to play whilst Montenegro is on map point, or do we just Tech-9 armor? And obviously the safest place and safest play is to go for Tech-9 armor. This is exactly what they're running with right now. Obviously, this severely limits their choice of utilities. They're going in for a single flash of smoke. They don't really have much to invest into this. Madden will re-smoke A main. Incendiary coming in as well to try and delay it as much as possible. And all of this to buy enough time for the rotation to come in from the Montenegrin side. They already have 4 players that are set up around the site and on the site itself. And the Italians are really going to be running into a brick wall here because they don't have anything to play around with except for that flashbang, which is not used at all. Everybody going down. Claw is the only one getting anything. And Bardos will be the last one to fall. Sick play from Montenegro as we are on map point. Italy is buying up with an AWP. Double AWP. Let's see how that is actually played on the T side because you almost never see that kind of play actually.
Yeah, I reckon we're going to be seeing one of those AWPs heading towards B1, getting boosted mid, and they're going to try and get a nice early pick in. But saying that, it's going to be Biohazard opting to head over towards B on his own. With that AK, trying to exert some early round pressure. These AWPs not really having an early round impact, so it'll be interesting to see what they do decide to do with them. Spark is going to be able to get one, saying that says the caster's curse coming on in, and that's just going to, make that A site so much more squishy and edible to the Italian side. I had to go for a food-themed thing, I think, with the Italians. They make some fantastic food dishes. But that out the way, let's not talk about cuisine just yet. It is going to be up 5-on-4, and Italy probably in the most favorable position we've seen them in so far. Sparker's going to peek that as well and does find that kill on a man, so he knew he was there. Managing to get that kill on Loban's going for an aggressive B, and what a time to do it. It was a really, really bad timing there, but oh, you've got to be embarrassed to be Biohazard.
No.
That's a 180. No, what just happened? It was going so well, but Biohazard, he must be feeling pretty bad about what just happened there.
He is a biohazard at this point, that's for sure.
A Biohazard.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, Sparker getting the kill on Artie, almost taking down his own teammate in that situation. But they will stay alive. 3 players are going in onto the side here for the Italians. Beautiful Molly landing down on the Bardos. He will survive and just extinguishing the flames at the last second. Everything hinges on Sparker here as GG is looking for the push. Will get shot down. And Italy now is on 9 rounds to 15. Have to claw it back to overtime and take the win here on the first map. And in a series that was definitely in their favor if you're looking at the desk's own predictions or at the overall predictions that we see via HLTV and CSGO Lounge. So definitely the fan favorites here for very good reason.
Yeah. Indeed, but here we go. We are now going to be going to the 25th round in Italy, looking to take it into double figures and start to chain a couple of rounds together. They do need to, and they're going to be heading in for this mid plate. Biohazard gets tagged down fairly low over towards B site. They haven't had much luck over towards B, so I would be interested in seeing them take mid, head up towards A. And hopefully that is what they're going to be opting for right now. You've got two players there. As well as that, you've got Sapphire. He's watching A main, not allowing for any push. But I mean, when you look at the positioning out from Bark, he's all the way up in Squeaky. So if they try taking that bomb round over towards A, that could be extremely bad for them. Even then, if the bomb goes towards B, he's in such a good position to take out the rotators. Oh, and here we go. He might be able to find his first target. It's going to be Sapphire going down. So straight away, that A site completely off the cards now. They've lost a player. They have no information. And it's looking like B is going to be their last resort. Flash goes in. 3 Italians trying to get the push in. And, well, Lobin does get the first on the Sparker. He comes in through CT Spawn. Comes in, gets a second as well. Gets a third. And there we go. It's going to go 9-16. Does mean that the first half will be going the way... sorry, the first game will be going the way of Montenegro.
Well, that was a terrible execution, actually, from the Italians. They came in from vents. Nobody checked the back of vents or the back of the checkers room, which is where one of the CT side players was waiting around for them from Montenegro, and it just snowballed after that because you're basically caught in the crossfire of everybody from the CT side. Terrible place at the end there, but I really want to see what map 2 has to offer from the Italian side.
Definitely so. Well, to break down what happened in this map and also to give us a little bit of a rundown of what we can expect to see from Mirage, we are going to go back into the studio with our wonderful talented analyst desk. Take it away, fellas.